There's a new deck from Destined Rivals which uses Marnie's Grimsnarl, Froslass, and Munkidori to set up big board wipes, which sounds pretty fun, and some top players have been picking it up as well, so that's when you know the deck has some potential. So I decided to test it out and bring it to an online tournament. Here's the deck list I'll be using for this tournament. If you want to copy it, the link will be in the description. And yeah, a few changes I would make after playing the tournament. Maybe cut one Artazon for another Spikemuth because that stadium is overpowered. You can use it to search your deck for any Marnie's card with no drawbacks. The only other cut I would make is cutting a Defiance Band for the Marcactus, as it would help in the Raging Bolt matchup. And spoiler alerts, I lost to a Raging Bolt in the finals. Apart from that, when Black Bolt and White Flare come out, you want to swap your Rescue Board for Air Balloon, as it's just objectively better in 99% of scenarios. So yeah, let's get into the games. So in the first round, I was up against a Dragapult Dusknoir. And in this game, we bricked for quite a while, and we both just sat behind Budews for most of the start of the game. But I did manage to set up 2 Froslasses, which gnawed away at his Munkidori, at his Dusclopses, and his Dracloaks, which is exactly what you want to do. And he got out a few Phantom Dives, but eventually I managed to stack up all the Froslass damage to knock out a Latios, and with some monkey damage, I managed to claw out a victory. In round 2, I faced off against another Marnie's Grimmsnarl player, but he prized one of his Impidimps, which I could tell as he played a Buddy Poffin, but only grabbed one Impidimp, and discarded a Rare Candy of Professor's Research. So, I used Devolution to wipe his board of all Pokemon in the Grimmsnarl line, and he couldn't evolve into any Grimmsnarls, leaving him without an attacker, so I just bullied him by bossing up Impidimps and knocking them out one by one. Third round, I faced up against a Raging Bolt player. They got the Baby Bolt out and started sniping my bench Pokemon until I got out my Shaymin, which is really useful in this matchup. And then after the Baby Bolt went down to my first Grimmsnarl, he couldn't establish a second attacker, and eventually scooped. Round 4, I was up against another Dragapult Dusknoir. This time, I managed to set up 2 Froslasses pretty early on, and just hid it behind a Budew. I couldn't get the Grimmsnarl out for a while until the end of the game, where I managed to use Iron Bundle to force him to bring up a Dracloak with Luxurious Charm attached, letting me take 2 prizes from knocking it out, winning me the set. Round 5, I played against a Raging Bolt, who bricked quite a bit, and I just got Froslass out, knocked out a Latios, and at the end of the game, I only needed to take 1 more prize card, but they had a surprising Iron Leaves EX attack, which I wasn't ready for, and I think I could have actually nearly lost if I didn't have Secret Box in hand, which let me get Boss's Orders plus Spikemuth, so I could boss up a easy 1 prize Pokemon, while also getting another Grimmsnarl out. But if I didn't have Secret Box, I'd be in a very sticky situation. In round 6, I played up against the Milotic Farigiraf deck, and just tried to use 2 Cornerstone Ogrebons to just block my Grimmsnarl. So I had to use Froslass and Munkidori to do most of the damage, but eventually he benched down a Munkidori, which was a big mistake as I could knock it out along with a benched Mimikyu, forcing me to take 1 less 2-prizer as I could take out 2 Cornerstone Ogrebons, 1 Munkidori, and 1 Mimikyu, which made it very easy, and I rounded out the game. 7th round, I managed to hit another mirror match up against Grimmsnarl. He focused on attacking my Grimmsnarls instead of the Munkidoris, which is a mistake because the person with the most monkeys generally wins. I managed to set up 3 Munkidoris by the end of the game, and it looked like I was losing, but I managed to take a 4-prize turn as I devoed him and used Munkidoris to really just wipe his board. On the 8th round, it was the final round of Swiss before Top Cut, so I just ID'd with my opponent, which guaranteed him to also make a Top Cut. This tournament was in 2 parts, 8 Swiss rounds, then a Top Cut for the top 8. I was sitting in first place with 7 wins and 1 tie, so now I had to win it out in a single elimination bracket to claim the title of champion. In round 9 was the first of Top Cut, which means if I lose, I'm out. I played against the same Dragapult Dusknoir player I played from round 4, and I got lots of prizes early, and I had 3 ways to knock out his final Pokemon that I needed to knock out, and he just didn't have any way to do it, apart from drawing into his 1 switch. There were 37 cards in the deck, and he got very close. He had Unfair Stamp, Research, and 2 Dracloak Recon Directives, but he just couldn't get there. In round 10, I faced up against a Dragapult Dusknoir who had a great start, managing to knock out 2 Impidimps twice in a row, so he was down to 2 prize cards. But I managed to come back by setting up 3 Munkidoris and 2 Froslass, and just spreading so much damage around and going for Devo plays that I managed to come back at the end, and it was a really fun game. Then in the finals, I played off against a Raging Bolt and got absolutely destroyed. He just kept on prime catching up my Frostlasses, which is the main win condition of the deck, and he just set up amazingly both times, and I think I just got outplayed. And that put me in 2nd place out of 130 people. It's a great tournament. Shout out to Limitless and the organizers of the event. The deck list is in the description if you want to play it yourself. And if you guys want to see a full guide for matchups and my updated deck list for Grimmsnarl, make sure to let me know by liking, subscribing, or putting down a comment. Thank you all, and have a lovely rest of your day.